This is Gretchen Gregory with the Logan Daily News. Last summer, when Laurelville Police Chief Mike Berkemeyer took over the department, he promised to clean up the village and be tough but fair with crime. That approach put him in the hot seat with some village council members Monday night when they wanted to know why the number of citations is up. One council member in particular even said that if the number of citations doesn't go down in the next month, that he might move to cut the department's budget by 50% or even eliminate it altogether.
So in other words, you're telling me that you want us to write less tickets.
I'm not telling you anything like that.
Okay.
I'm just telling you I'm going to look at the paperwork next week, and then I'll make my motion upon looking at that paperwork of what we're going to do.
So you realize that you're leaving me to face a decision, okay, as to whether or not to go tell my officers to lay off everybody and make sure these numbers are a lot less, or else our funding is going to be cut.
I don't know what you have to tell your officers. I'm telling you what I'm going to do next month if I don't like the numbers. I can't tell you what to do.
Okay.
I said I'm going to look at the numbers next month.
But what kind of numbers? You're not telling what kind of numbers you want.
No, because I don't know what I want.
But how much is he supposed to work with?
I don't care what he works with. I think he knows exactly what he needs to work with. And he's not a first grader, he doesn't need to explain to him. There's a lot of different things we've said here tonight that you can do. If you choose not to do them, that's up to you.
And better demeanor of some of all.
Do any of you understand where the liability is if we don't enforce the law, like the 35-mile-an-hour zone? Do you understand where the personal liability is by telling them what they can enforce, what they can't enforce? They can
one's
sue
telling
you.
that. No one
Yes,
said
you
that.
are. You have exactly said that. In your own words, you've exactly said that.
It does sound like what you are suggesting is some type of limit or way to curtail him on a
Well, I'm almost saying, yeah,
do that.
if you want to say that, yes, because I don't think that we in the village of Laurelville need to have a radar gun.
Okay. Well, my role here, filling in for Mr. Hess, is to advise you the things that would and would not work.
Yeah.
If you were to pass an ordinance like that, it would be invalid.
But if ours breaks, we don't have to replace it, because there's no law stating in the High Revised Code that his department needs a radar gun. There's nothing in the High Revised Code. Now, if he has one, it has to work properly, it has to be checked twice a day.
And I'm assuming, and you can correct me, that you do have radar guns.
Yes.
But
Are you talking about passing an ordinance that would say you cannot use particular equipment you have in your department?
not right at this point, but I might choose to eliminate the department and go to the sheriff's department.
That's something that's council's prerogative to do, whether you choose to or not. But what you can't do, where you're going to get into trouble legally, is to tell them that they can enforce certain things, enforce things in a certain way.
I'm just telling them I'm going to look at the paperwork next month, and I'll decide whether I make a motion to the sheriff or make a motion to state with.
I understand. You're not passing an ordinance, and I think what's being said here is that what you're saying is being taken a different way.
Yes.
Okay, well, again, you can't tell them how to enforce the law.
No one is.
Okay. I think the disagreement is that it sounds like that's what you are saying.
He thinks I'm saying that. I didn't say that at all. I just said I'm going to look at the numbers next month.
And again,
I
can't solve the disagreement for you,
Yeah.
what he's hearing versus what you're saying. I don't have the answer to
And
that.
I don't care.
You can't have them enforcing certain laws about enforcement because the issue is liability.
But I can enforce the lack. We drop this department and we go with the sheriff for 8 hours a day, if that's all we can afford.
Every department, and I think what the mayor was saying earlier, there is a certain character, certain discretion in how they go about their business. I think that's what everybody's saying. They're not happy with the way things are going.
We aren't happy at all. Or some of us aren't. I won't say all.
Well, I understand. Where you're going to create a big problem, though, is to try and specifically enforce or tell him what he can and can't do.
That isn't going to happen. We're either going to have a police department we agree with, or we're going to have a sheriff's department to come in and do it.
But what I hear is you're wanting a police department that enforces certain laws, but doesn't enforce other laws to bring these numbers down.
I didn't say that at all.
Yes, you
Then
are
how would these numbers apply then?
I don't know. Until I see them, I don't know.
What would make a difference in your mind, in other words? When you say, hold on, can I just, when you say, I'm going to look at these numbers again in 30 days and then I'll make my decision, what would make What's going to make a difference in your decision?
I'll tell you
Pertaining to this month.
next month, the second Monday of the month at 7 o'clock. That's all I can do.
Okay, well, then I don't know what you want me to do.
No, and I'm just telling you,
You're asking for change, but you're not asking what you wanted to change.
I asked for change last month and we never got any change, so I'm leaving it up to him because he seems to know how to do it, or you. Maybe you know how to do it, I don't know.
If we are out in the open, we've changed the graphics until we change the graphics, we maybe turn the lights on or something to make it different, to make some sort of change, and these numbers are still the same, then that would kind of infer that, you know, we've made these changes and people are still speeding. We may have to look at something else to decrease the speed at that point. You know, we can't not enforce the laws.
I guess all that I heard from Bobby was the comment that you made that if it was up to you, I might not have a paycheck.
That's what I mean about changing to the sheriff.
God forbid you take my $483 a month for working here,
Well,
okay? And you know, I don't know how to take that. I don't.
Well, I'm not
I don't think
putting
that
it
was
to
nice.
you. I didn't say it to you, I said it to
No, you
the
did
police.
say it to me.
Well, I said the police department. Yes,
That's
I
not
did.
what you said.
Well, fine, if you think I said
But
police chief.
It
Yeah,
was
police
directed to me,
chief.
though.
But it's not, whoever's police chief, that you are, or whoever's, if he is just a patrolman, he's a patrolman. But if I do away with the police department and go to the sheriff's department, yes, you won't get a paycheck from us after we pay the last.
Sorry, it's 438.
I think you need to look at what the sheriff's going to charge us now.
We know what the sheriff might charge now, but
It's a lot more.
that's fine.
He did it before, we can do it
It's
again.
a lot more.